Good evening, good afternoon, lovelies. I hope you are having a lovely afternoon. And as promised, I'm back with the topic of how nature impacts on our well being. And this is a topic that is really, really, really close to my heart. So I hope that we can discuss and have fun together with this topic, and you will contribute what you know about this topic, and I will also tell you about the things that I've known. But firstly, I would like to share my background and my experience with regards to such. So, my name is Nelisa. I am a coach, as you know, I'm a life story coach. And I love nature. I love all things natural. And so I thought, wow, let me just share that with you because it ties in very well with what I do because I'm very big on mindfulness. I use that as a medium to just practice mindfulness every day and to coach my clients how to embrace and lead a mindful life. So, what I'm going to share with you today is some of my own experiences on how I used plants and nature to nurture me, and some of my experiences as I was a young girl and my encounter with certain plants and nature. And I'm also going to take some of your questions. If you'd like to follow up and ask me any specific question about this, you're more than welcome to do that. So that is how it's going to go. Like I briefly shared the story last week, about 14 years ago, I was blessed with a baby girl who was born with infant eczema. And as a young mom, I did not know what to do. I relied on doctors, but also that reliance proved to be very short lived because I was told point blank that, you know what, we can give you a solution. And that solution was in steroid creams. And I couldn't use that for such a long time on a baby, on a newborn baby. So that was very clear to me from the onset that, you know what, you need to find a solution and you need to find it very quick. So I then went about to look for solutions, and there were always those hints. I was guided because one of the pharmacists suggested that I buy one of the natural creams that were available at the pharmacy. So that is when the bell rang to say, oh, there's nature that can help with such things. But over and above that, before I continue with that story, as a young girl, I've always known and I've always been drawn to nature. Growing up in rural KZN, I always used to follow my umalumekazi. I don't know what that is in English. Maybe I think it's an aunt. Yeah, she's my uncle's wife. So I always used to follow her around and ask her, what does this plant do? And, my favorite um, trip was to go to the forest where she would go and fetch wood. In isiZulu, we call it ukuteza. So I was very eager to follow her and go into the forest. So I'd really, really be so fascinated with the smell and how basically it impacted on me when we were in the forest. I used to feel very rejuvenated, and I was just excited as a kid. So it wasn't until like now when I'm old and I understand that nature can have such an impact on you. that, I embrace all of this. So today I just want us to talk about some plants and foods, and how, some foods can have an impact or enhance your well-being. Yeah. So I'm just going to talk about the foods that I know, that I grew up enjoying, so that we can, you can also tell me if you were, if you've had an experience with such. One of such foods for me is imbuya, and that is amaranth in English. That is such a superfood. It's packed with vitamin K, it's packed with vitamin C, it's an antioxidant, and what's more is that, I've just recently discovered that you can also eat seeds. I didn't know that, but I really, really used to enjoy that as a kid. So just tell me if you know what that is and if you enjoy it,